Smooth.
Sing phoenixes fly through burning skies, mystic lands beyond the rise, quest for truth in shadows deep, secrets lost where dragons sleep. Knights and thieves on hidden trails, ride through forests full of tales, cloaked in mystery they seek, legends whispered by the meek. Blazing phoenixes rise again, adventure calls from dark inland. Tonight we chase the light through the fire into the fight. Full of fight. Blazing phoenixes rise again, adventure calls from dark inland. Tonight we chase the light through the fire into the fight.
Well, we're back. I don't know how well that went, but what the hey. I think my scaling was off, so half of it was cut off, and then some crazy closed caption was going, and it was misdoing all the lyrics. So sorry, guys, I ruined it again.
You're fine.
Yeah, well, whatever. You know, it's like the 5 Russian bots are going to give me so much crap tomorrow. It's unbelievable. There we go. I mean, we're back in the game, and Shadows of Eberron. Quick wrap up we did last week, and then we're moving on to bigger and better things. So, take it away, Cabron.
Okie dokie. So, when last we left our intrepid adventurers, they had just wiped the crap out of the Emerald Claw. And
I'd say we wiped the crap out of them.
Well, almost had your crap wiped.
We had some divine intervention.
And with a little bit of divine intervention, you managed to squeak through the day. Nobody bit the bucket permanently. Everybody's conscious, and the dead surround you, and they're not moving.
Thank goodness.
Let's get some background music up. And you guys, if I remember correctly, did rifle through the possessions of the downed soldiers.
Yes.
Okay, good. And you did not find the wizard who had run away, and or Garo. Never showed his face during the conflict. Well, you're all pretty beat up, and I believe you were headed back to camp, so we're bringing it in there at the camp. We're all
I would
exhaustedly
like to
sitting down.
do one thing. I'm going to take the time, even though I'm exhausted. I will decapitate every single one of them. I will stack them up, and I'll put the heads in one bonfire and the bodies stacked up in another, and I will light them on fire, and then I will take the time to cast. Was it maybe ceremony or consecrate? One of those, just to make sure that they can get a final rest and maybe not come back in the morning.
Okay. Al will help you out with that.
I'm wondering if it's worth. It's a ritual. I could run the gentle repose, which keeps them from raising from the dead.
Burning them to ash also is usually pretty good at that.
But yeah,
I'll stack it on top.
I mean, hey, I don't know. I mean, we could do an experiment. Maybe somebody with gentle repose burns better. I'm not sure.
doubt it will matter at that point.
But you can ritually cast that? Is that what you were
Gentle
saying?
repose. Yeah, gentle repose is a ritual.
Okay, so you could go about doing that while they're beheading
Yeah.
and dragging bodies around and try to clean the field as best you can, as it were. This takes quite some time because there was quite a few of them. And you get it done. You're exhausted afterwards. After the fight and the manual labor of hacking and chopping and pulling. Anybody else doing anything while they're busy with the bodies?
Just kind of sit there feeling pretty amazing, but very terrified at the same time. What kind of door did I just open? But then
Yes.
finding the calm and the sereneness that has come from the action that I requested.
Okay. Shiny will wander around the perimeter and scout out to make sure that there's nobody else hanging about.
How many did Al take out? Al was fighting off to the side.
A handful of undead littered his combat area, and then the two that followed him in. He was fighting mostly defensively and using, he said he was using his magic remotely to keep you guys healed through Opal.
Excellent. Timing is outstanding. Is there a camp nearby that he noticed, or was he just drawn by the sound of combat?
I noticed that bird that was following you. It was flying straight and around your path and trying to stay out of your sight, but so I decided to follow it, see what it was up to. And
That was this Arrow character, this vampire we seem to have crossed.
It may have been. The bird disappeared when the unit arrived about a day after you got here. So I stayed in hiding until they were going to show what they were doing.
Well, your help couldn't have come at a better time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Were they camped nearby? Were there more of them?
This was the whole of the unit, and they do have a camp nearby. I suspect that the wizard ran there and escaped, possibly with your friend Garo.
Well,
I
once
didn't
we
have-
get rested, we should check their camp out.
It seems wise.
Or maybe we should go now. I mean, who knows what they have brewing there?
The whole troop came this way. There was none left at camp, at their camp, and I didn't have time to get to your friend Phelan here.
Well, what do you guys think? I mean,
Well,
Safe
we're
enough
not
to
in
leave.
much shape to do anything, and there's still that creature that threw the fireball at us that we need to settle with.
right, but most likely they could be back at camp gathering their supplies and possibly leaving. It's up to you guys. Stay
Well,
and
yeah,
rest
no-
or check it out in our weakened state.
I would prefer to rest.
Rest is good.
We did almost get our shit pushed in completely.
Well, just remember there's a wizard out there that could drop a fireball from out of our visual range while we're resting. Unless we make sure that they don't have any
Split up.
supplies. Alright. Fair
Good
enough.
short rest.
No, we could. No, if they want to rest, it's cool. We'll try to stay out of fireball range of each other.
Could also rest inside the facility, says Cole.
There would be some security down there with the wolves.
Did we not bring the wolves up?
They came up when Cole came up after the
Okay.
fight. Well, right at the end of the fight. So where shall we go? Says Cole.
Well, if we're going to rest, I think there's relative security underground. To be a lot more careful coming up, but maybe if Al would care to join us and have a look at the facility, and Opal could reconnoiter in the morning in case some other type of surprise has been staged for us.
Rorsa speaks up.
Who?
My pack, the wolf. My pack can provide security for you. We will roam the area now that we are free.
Where will you go from here once you're finished in the area and protecting us?
I don't know.
Our deal was to help them get out of the Mournlands, and then they were going to go their way.
Yeah, that was my understanding. We're going to escort them to where things are a bit more normal. We'll have to deal
It's-
with the
It
nastiness
smells
of the morning.
foul up here, she says.
Is it noticeably malodorous to us?
It's like the smell of death and bog and yet deserty as well.
Rorsa, you and your pack will probably enjoy the open air of lands outside the Mournland.
We look forward to it.
Forests rich with game.
That sounds delicious. But rest. We have rested long enough. We will roam the area and make sure none disturb you, whether you go inside or stay out. And the pack gets up, and they go in just about all the directions.
Ooh. I wonder if they share some kind of psychic bond. Quite amiable creatures.
So it's not just me. That wolf talked, says Al.
Oh yeah, they
Huh.
do that. They do
You,
that
you
now.
have a flying mystical bird. Why should a talking wolf shock you?
It's not a bird, it's an orb.
Or the orb?
It doesn't shock me, but does shock me, if you know what I mean.
Morning seems to have had several different effects on the creatures caught. Not really sure what experiments were being done on those poor creatures underground, but Rosa seems to be a logical enough creature.
Quite. And apparently grateful.
Yes, their world was rather small down there. I think they're happy to be happy to be free, and hopefully happy at the prospect of living somewhere that isn't so twisted.
And from the distance, you hear the howl of a wolf and another howl from another side. And from the original howl, you hear the growls, the snaps, and the screams of something dying.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Hope that wasn't wolf.
It'd be convenient if that was a vampire.
What direction?
Northeast.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was gonna say,
Northeast.
Phelan was knocked out, right?
He was knocked out and tied up, and you guys released him and revived him. I think
That's
somebody
the poor
threw a
fellow.
lay on hands or something. I thought perhaps that was Den.
Probably. Can't remember. It was a couple weeks ago.
Evo, I mean.
We probably a lot of weapons and stuff on the creatures, or the Emerald Claw. I don't think we need.
Yeah, did you burn the weaponry and armor as well, or did you strip that?
It probably didn't burn well, you know.
Probably not.
I think Phelan might be interested.
Phelan.
Offer him any if there's something that he might be able to sell. I feel bad for the fellow. Maybe some type of a tip for the discomfort he's been subjected to.
That would be acceptable, says Phelan.
Yeah, and but he's on a single horse. There's not a lot he can carry, so.
He's got his
Cart.
Oh,
steam
Phelan.
cart.
Well, he already packed everything up from the last 20 guys we wiped out. I don't know how full he is. I mean, he's welcome to take whatever he wants.
He says, I will poke through the stuff, see if there's more that I could add. Their camp may have a wagon and gear and supply.
Well,
Or the ones that escaped could have rode off with it. Who knows?
We'll have to
There's
wait and
only
see.
one that escaped, but yeah, let's tend our wounds, get some rest, and go check out the camp.
Okay.
Good
Are you doing
one.
it as a short rest or a long rest?
Long rest.
Long rest it is.
Already leveled up, so
Yes, the level up will happen over your sleep, and those of you, let's see, Evo, Roland, Shiny, and Mordrin need to make Constitution saving throws. Oh, so does Phelan.
good. That would be a no.
How many have you failed, Mordrin?
Oh, damn.
That's the second one, I believe.
I'm
So
two
you're
for two
down.
tonight.
Yeah, you are. You're down
You hit
another.
dice,
Yeah, you're down another hit die.
but that's just. I still get full hit points, though.
You
right?
still get full hit points. Yeah. Shiny's looking good too. So you're the most troubled during the night with the nightmares and
Mm,
the oppressiveness of the Mornland. seeping into your soul.
My meditation, my
Yes.
not sleep is interrupted.
During the night, Cole would be chatting with Al quietly, not to disturb anybody, depending on where you guys were sleeping. Were you guys inside or outside?
I'm fine with
Probably.
outside.
Probably in my sentry mode outside, seeing that I don't technically need to sleep. I can stay awake.
Yeah, I assume Killian the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the wolves are out there now stretching their legs. So I
Yep.
don't feel like I need to go back in that hellhole.
That's pretty much how I feel about it too.
Okay. Cole goes to Ironsides and says, "We're going to go inside and make use of the facilities workshop."
That sounds like a good idea. Is there anything I can help with?
Kinky.
No, if you want to keep an eye on our friends.
I can do that.
Excellent.
Has anything that happened tonight affected you at all, and what you saw with what I did?
You guys have that conversation that we had at the end of the last game,
Oh, gotcha.
and you guys come to the conclusion that you came up with last game session. Whether you want that open or private, it's a quiet conversation that you guys, the three of you, had.
Right.
Or four if Eva was involved.
Thank you for reminding me.
But other than that, no. I want to implement a few ideas, and the workshop will allow me to do that. And they'll go off and spend the night tinkering in the facility. Oh, she would have asked for the set of keys to get through the doors, the rotator rooms, from whoever has all the spares.
We'll get them as complete a set as we can.
Sweet. Okay. The night passes uneventfully. No fireballs get dropped on the party. The wolves come through every now and again, like they're on patrol, one or two at a time, coming from one direction or another. And some will stop and nap by the fire while others are still out. Doesn't seem to make a rhyme nor reason to their pattern, but they're wolves.
Follows wolf logic, undoubtedly.
In the morning, Al and Cole come back out of the facility, and a black orb-like thing flies from over Cole's shoulder and zooms up to each of you and does like the elevator stare, like a scan. She goes, "Guys, I've made Onyx here."
Onyx.
Hello, Onyx.
And so just a big black orb.
Yeah, I got a picture. Hang on.
Couldn't you make it orange? I mean, black is kind of like evil, isn't it?
"I'm black," she says. "I'm not evil."
Damn.
Is she? Dang, this just got off rails real fast.
Let's see. Hit enter, right? There you go.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll be like, greetings,
amazing.
Onyx.
When anybody talks to it, it kind of does a little bob or a dip.
Oh,
And then it flies around and hovers over by her shoulder. There's some excess energy in the workshop room, the experiment room. If anybody wanted me to tinker with any of your gear, I
Would it
can
have
maybe
to-
do things.
Outside a character, would that have to be base gear, or can they take in our existing item and imbue it with more abilities?
It's more of I'm just making a MacGuffin for if anybody has anything new or something old that might need to be recharged or tuned or some new ability that you might have gotten from leveling up as well. More of a special effect, not being able to enhance gear. She's not that knowledgeable yet.
She doesn't need to do anything to my special guy, does she, Osric?
Oh, gag.
Osric forms out of the rapier and crawls up your shoulder and sits on it, looking around, and gives you a headbutt.
Oh.
Me and Shiny just look at each other and shake our heads. One day that thing is gonna go somewhere and he's not gonna be happy about it.
Shiny,
Not my guy.
Shiny says, I've been noticing that the amulet you wear, which was dark before, every once in a while kind of sparks up since we've been in the Moorland.
Well, maybe it's some type of tracking device. I don't know. I'll have to look deeper into it.
The amulet that Evo's wearing?
Yeah.
It's a family heirloom.
Oh.
But
What a curious place.
we're gonna have to make a decision soon. But we can talk more after we get a full night's rest. Scope out the enemy's camp.
Well, it's morning in the morning.
Let's break camp and go. If we can trouble our friend Al again to point us in the direction of their camp, we'll go see if there's anything worth seeing.
Sure. If you're ready, we can head out now.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. So you traipse back over the combat field, the dome top, across some dead skeletons and the ribs of some giant thing poking out of the ground, and you find a camp similar to your own with several tents that has been pitched, along with horses and a supply wagon. It looks as if there was space for a couple of other tents that are gone.
Yeah.
Seems that any rear guard made their escape with their wizard friend, but
Anybody
it's
have any tracking ability?
Racket.
not that would help in this instance.
Well, since I can do a little bit of everything, I'm going to look around to see if I can see which way and how many people departed.
Go ahead and make a survival roll.
Damn! Of course, all this happens when we're not doing anything really important. it's just the way it goes.
You
man.
don't know that. You might have just saved the day.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
having been educated in tracking by one of the former Phoenix's Rangers.
That would have been my
Expertly.
mother.
Your mother, yes.
She was a Deadeye, mass level ranger.
Yeah, that's right. Your mom. All the tips and stuff that your mom would tell you while she was taking you out tracking comes back, and you expertly read the camp as into where people had come in from and gone out, and the lay of the camp equals up to the number of combatants that you fought back at the dome top. But as was already noticed, 2 tents, 2 sets of horses, and people. Those horses left heading south about a long rest ago.
Well, it looks like they made their escape while we were taking our rest, and probably for the best. If that wizard had too many more fireballs, and we don't have any direct way to counter it, we probably got out easy on that one. So, but I think they kind of learned their lesson. They're going to have to come back with at least 3 times as many.
Hopefully they didn't.
Well, by the time they get back, we'll be long gone. So.
At least we can complete the terms of this arrangement. Start looking through the tents, see if anything was left behind.
You've got the camp makeup for a unit of Emerald Claw. The tents are average. The bedding and the bedrolls, camp supplies, and
none that look like they might have been used by the leadership who now lies dead and ashen on the field.
Yeah, one tent is got a couple of cots that foldable cots instead of sleeping on the ground. They've got cots and nicer gear. The rest are very military, organized, common tent with like 6 guys per tent.
No paperwork, orders, maps, anything in the tents.
None of that. No,
All got taken.
that must have been in the actual leader's tent. Garo probably.
Anything Balin would be interested in? Any improvements on anything he might have?
I will gather up this wagon and horses, and instead of setting them free, take them with us.
If you are comfortable handling
Yes.
a team like that, do you need any help help him get them harnessed and prepped and ready?
That would be appreciated. And he'll go about doing that, and if you're going to help him, he will
Sure.
join right in as he gathers up the supplies in the wagon and the horses, and that'll take time.
I'll give him a hand, I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then you guys do that, and do you wish to head back to your camp and pitch it, or do you wish to do other things?
Well, I don't really see any reason for us to stay unless anybody else has something they need to do.
No.
Is Phelan with us right now, or
Yes.
does he want that other wagon?
Yes, he's hitching it up to the horses, and the extra horses behind that wagon.
Shall we make our way back and see our employer and close this deal? Get our friends the wolves into some open country that they can roam?
Is it like a 2-day trip back out of the Borderlands?
Now that we know where we're going, no, half day.
So,
To avoid the crabs this time?
Let's hope so, says Phelan.
what, did we have a timetable when we had to have this placard back?
The schema?
You know, the schema?
No, just get it as soon as possible before the enemies found it.
I mean, we're already halfway across the continent, you know. But if you feel that you guys would rather complete the contract first, and then
Is there something that you're wishing to do?
Well, I'd
Like,
love to find, you know, my family's skyship and the battlefield of what they all disappeared in, which we barely made out alive. But it still would be put us at least 3 or 4 weeks, you know, getting back to Sharn. At least. Because getting back to Sharn, from here to Sharn was what, like a month and a half over land and sea, right?
Sea was fast. That only took you a couple of nights. Let's see, that took you... Bear with me. I know where I put my stuff. Scrolling. Even more. No, not there. A little higher. Okay. Traveling by House Lorandar's elemental galleon was a little more than 4 days from Sharn to the name of the Rukhandral. It's
That was the port city, right?
that's the capital and port city of Dargoon.
You don't happen to have like one of the map prepared at Eberron to look at?
Sure. Hang tight.
Ooh, look how big that Phoenix is.
So, you guys all loaded in
I'll load it into...
Yeah.
the map. I just switched.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Rukhandral is right there. It's up, it's on the river, and this is one of those. This is like the Mississippi River wide. You can boat up it from the sea, which you did. Now that you've actually been to White Hearth is exactly where it says on the map.
Okay.
So it's not that far into the Mournland. Evo, your family's land is way to the north, up by Eston.
Right. That's where they died. So. But
Yes.
the thing is that Sharn is over here.
Correct.
So I mean I don't
You
know.
have the lightning rail goes all the way from Sharn to Starlasker, where you have your inn, all the way into Vatheron, where it breaks off before going into the Mournland.
Right. That track is destroyed, right?
It yes, at the edge of the Mournland. But the tracks also break off and go to the north into the Thrain and Ondor, and can go up and around to Karnath.
But we need to get to Eston in that area.
That area is where you made it out. You actually made it out to the south there around Arthon Keep.
So, we could either journey to the north now and check that out and then take a lightning rail back, or we could go back to the coast and deliver this and be done with it and do a new adventure. What say you guys?
I think it would be worth going back and, being prompt in fulfilling our contract as much as practicable. And maybe now, with a better understanding of what things are like in the Mournland, we can better prepare. Could return.
Maybe Al might have some intel too about what's in here in the Mournland that might kind of look like what you're looking for.
Well, I don't think, Al, you're not going to follow us all the way to Sharn and back, right?
No, but I will follow you or escort you, guide you, whatever you wish to call it, to the edge of the Mournland. I will stay in here.
But you've never been as far up north as Eston, have you?
I have.
Okay.
Not in a long time.
Well, I need to go. My family perished there during the morn spring or whatever it was, or
The morning.
The morning open, yeah, whatever.
My condolences, he says.
Right. So there's still the big mystery of why they didn't make it out, as they were some of the most powerful adventurers in the entire land. So, yeah, so I don't recall that she was in any hurry to get this tablet. It was more that she just wanted to make sure it didn't fall into the wrong hands.
He was in a hurry to get it and keep it out of others' hands.
Do we actually know, after all the sinister experiments that we saw what her clan was doing, is it a good idea to even give it back to her?
Oh, are you referring to the
Al Kenneth, Yeah.
The what? No, not the house. The experiments. Are you referring to the mechanical Hydra thing that is probably what churned Red Quarry into glass?
Yeah, and the wolves and I mean, the place was a house of, and I'm like, we're having a conversation,
Sure.
I mean, this place was a house of horrors, and they were utilizing the powers of these schema to do horrible things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, sure, we were contracted to find this, but are we now going to have a potentially new Mournlands or an entire region of glass if we give it back to them? What is the best thing to do? We're not just hired mercenaries. We are the Blazing Phoenixes, and we do what is right for all of the land, not just for the best payday. That would be, the Claws over there who came to an unfitting end because they weren't true believers in what's good and right.
Well said, says Al.
Well, I'm looking over everybody.
Well,
I think
there is
either
a lot to
way.
be said for fulfilling a contract, but you do raise a good point. But what is the lesser of two evils? Giving it to an established house, or giving it to unknown elements that hired the mercenaries that seem to be guided by some kind of vampire?
Well, we're not giving it to them. Roland? Blah,
Roland-
blah.
Roland looks and notices that you're talking to him. Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking, the lightning rail could take us back in good time, I believe. So I mean, even if we divert northward for a bit, I believe we could get back to our quest and return the schema in a fair amount of time if it seems appropriate once we actually know a little bit more about the intents of House Cannith. We haven't actually looked at the schema, right? Or have we?
Yeah, we've looked it over.
You have, like the first one. It's made of adamantine, and the schema fits into one of the slots of the. Let me get this right here. Into the creation pattern. Did I share a picture of this with you guys? Here,
Let's see it again, man.
Bear with me. Let's see. What is that? Control S. Yep. I don't think I have. Save that. Close that. Down screen that. And close. That's what the creation pattern looks like. And the schema fits. Which one is this one? As opposed to the one you had before. Diamond-shaped schema. So the diamond-shaped schema fits into the diamond hole there on the what would be the southeast corner edge of the creation pattern. You see a little diamond-shaped hole. It would fit into it standing up. And the one you guys picked up before would fit into one of the other holes. I forget which shape that one was.
Who has the creation pattern?
Who has the schema?
Well, we do.
Yeah. Okay. You guys have it.
So we have the creation pattern and 2 pieces of the schema.
You've got
we gave
2.
her
You guys gave her the original one that you've got, that she hired you for. And in the glass chest was this creation pattern, the schema, and a copy of the same schema. So you have 2 diamond-shaped schemas.
Okay, I didn't think that translated correctly yet. So we'll put a note on that one.
Whoopsies.
No,
You guys were excited.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and we were hired to bring back the schema.
Correct.
So,
but she didn't have the creation wheel, right?
Maybe
No,
we
you guys found it.
Give her the schema that we were hired to get, and maybe consult with our contact at the library of Sharn, a Shiny's friend. See what he can tell us of this creation pattern and its uses and its history.
Well, we got to be very careful about that.
Well,
The last person we shared information got murdered on a bridge. We have to be
Well,
very careful.
I thought that Shiny's contact was the one that got killed.
was that the one that got killed?
No, that was a different guy. His buddy who helped us out for weeks decoding the books is still alive, but
Yeah.
They were actually, I think, after him too. I'll have to go back and look at my journal.
Shiny says they're both my friends. I know some people. I've been around a long time.
They also seem to die around you too, which is kind of frightening.
It is. It's very sad. I knew them growing up, as they grew up, and became the fine researchers that they were. My poor friend, that way back when,
Was
that died on the bridge.
Bonal Gelden?
Bonal, yes.
Bonal, yeah. It's Ladabip is the other guy, right?
Ladder is our translator.
Correct.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He's still alive, and well, last time we left Sharn, he was.
Oh yeah, thanks for that.
He's also within the Moorgrave University, so it's probably well protected.
As long as he doesn't go out.
Indeed. And hopefully no assassins are being sent after him like poor Bonal.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, there's quite
Maybe
a bit
we
of
can make-
intrigue about this.
Some type of arrangements with Onyx delivering a message or something that our adversaries are not yet aware of.
Once you get to a city, you can make use of the message systems that Lady Eladrin was using to keep in contact with you. There's a whole house that is dedicated to that. And go ahead and everybody make a bear with me while I look at what role it would be. Insight roll.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna work with Handy and like, hey, do you remember blah 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 blah? And what's your
God.
insight rolling? As I said, Handy getting rolling.
oh, you're talking to me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, Roland.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I got hit in the
Yeah.
head several times during that combat. So.
I know. We all look alike. I get you.
Oh man.
Ooh,
Oh,
ow.
I didn't mean to go there. Sorry, Roland.
I'm going to
No, my insight. I have some insight.
pop us back
A little
to.
Yeah, I got 5. You got.
Oh, I got a 1.
Oh. Well, I'll start talking with you and hey, man, what do you think about this? And bounce ideas off. Would we be able to get advantage on that roll?
You can. You guys, if you want to team up, a person can give advantage to another as you go over your notes about the schemas and the creation pattern and your conversations with Lady Eladrin and
I will give Roland Bardic Inspiration because I love him so much for
I
his
will do
assist
that.
roll on me. So
All right.
So I got a +5. Sorry, buddy.
Got it. Let's see. So Bardic. Let's find out what this Bardic Inspiration is. So it's a +6. Let's see where I'm starting off here. Okay. Now I need a really good roll.
Oh no, you just need to get a 11.
10 or 11, yeah. So. Hey,
There you go.
there you go.
It's all right. Then I'll get advantage on this one.
Yeah, and you're at Bardic Inspiration in kind.
Oh man, when bards are cracking out the knowledge,
Yeah.
it is on. And what is it? Is yours like massive now, like a D8 or D10?
It's a D8. It's a D8. It's because I'm humming a tune while we're thinking.
Just trying to
Whistle
remember.
while you work.
So 24 in total.
24 in total. Let's see. Cole and Mordrin,
No.
not so much. But Killian he pipes in some information as well, and you guys come up with at the end of before that fateful battle there at the end on top of the dome, Garo had said to hand over the third creation pattern, indicating that what you guys found wasn't the second one. So chances are, with your insight there, you've deduced that the Emerald Claw has one of the schema.
Oh, no.
But they don't have the. Do we feel that the pattern that they all fit into, there's only one?
You've only found one, but he didn't ask about it. He just said to hand over the third schema.
Okay, so
He said third schema or third creation pattern.
Sorry, third schema. If I said creation pattern,
Okay.
that was my mistake.
you did.
I said
We were
third
getting
schema.
confused.
My bad.
So we already
Juggling
have
so much information.
two.
You have a schema and a copy of the schema, and what looks to be the base, the creation pattern. Lady Eladrin has the first schema that you guys found for her, and now one Evo and you guys have figured out that the Emerald Claw has a schema of their own.
So they probably have. Now, looking at the creation pattern, so he asked for the third. So what was the other one that we gave her was the which one?
I'm gonna have to go back and look at my notes.
So if that's the third, so then that means that most likely the crescent is the first. And so
that one was the Forgotten Forge. Bear with me. I had to jump out and find it. The first one you found was a 7-pointed star.
So the first one we found, so that's one. So the diamond one really 1, 2, 3, it should be the second one.
The diamond one that you have now is the second one to you guys.
Yeah.
But Garo referred to it as the third one. So your insight tells you that he has, or the Emerald Claw, whoever, has one
Another
schema. Yeah. And also with that insight, as you can see in the picture, that there's 4 slots.
Right. Yeah, I got that. So then the one we gave was the second, we'd assume, because we had the 5-pointed star.
You had Eladrin has the 5-pointed. You guys have the diamond.
We have two
So-
diamonds.
You have 2
Well,
diamonds, correct?
Yeah, one's a copy, right?
One appears to be a copy, but like an exact replica, like however
So,
it was created. See, they seem to have been able to create an identical one.
Gotcha.
So you technically can't tell the difference between the two.
oh, okay. So
You basically have 2 diamond-shaped schemas.
schemas,
Right.
yeah. But it's possible one's
And a creation
ordered.
pattern.
And the creation pattern currently in your possession. And Eladrin had taken the first one that you guys had found down beneath Sharn, the 7-pointed one,
Right.
on that first adventure for her. The one where poor Bonal was murdered at the beginning of.
And what is the creation wheel made out of? Is that also made out of adamantium?
Yep, adamantine.
Is that the non-Marvel version?
I'm assuming.
Hey, Mark. Oh man, what are these things worth on eBay?
Ooh. Who's got the value item skill?
Oh man. Well, JOT.
I think we should go back to Sean, give the diamond schema as we were contracted to do.
Say we take the
Inquiries
second
with
one.
Lady Eladrin as to what the intent is behind this, what information she has on Garrow, and then independently see what we can find out on all of these items on our own.
Yep.
So I'm going to pull out the
using
contract and look it over again that we signed with her. Our copy. And
You didn't sign a contract.
Didn't we sign one? I know she wanted us to hurry because somebody was trying to kill her. And that's why
Yep.
she pushed us out really fast.
She sent a. She pushed the haversack into your hands, and it had a note in it.
Right. We'll review the note.
Okay.
And just if it gives a thing of urgency, hell, we could get back and she could be dead already.
Bear with me, and I will find that note for you guys again.
That's right. So you're right. I mean, you're right. She could be in distress. We don't necessarily know that she has any ill will and wanting to create a new Mournland. So, and she could be in trouble. So we should head back. I agree. It'd be selfish of me to.
Yeah, but I don't think she knows that there's two of them.
No, and to protect our job as Phoenixes is to protect the realm and its people above all else. So this creation wheel was not part of any bargain or deal. We will fulfill our bargain and then we'll assess and see if she's an ally that we can trust with this kind of information and power. If not, we need to find out more, even if it comes out of our own pockets, to find out what kind of damage this device is. It's pretty obvious that at least two factions are trying to find these items, and one, being the Emerald Claw, is a faction we know that is malevolent and will do evil things with these devices. Lady Eladrin, we know her a little bit, but all the houses tend to toil to their own benefit, and sometimes, as obvious with the Mournlands, one of the houses was toiling enough to cause this cleft upon our world that has destroyed families and lives, and who knows what other potential dangers it could harbor. And possibly with this device, on our own investigations, we may be able to shut down and purge the Mournlands of its malignant power and bring it back to the poor people who lost everything.
I agree. I think one place we need to actually start is try to figure out why Gondal was murdered in the first place.
Oh yeah, that was months ago. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was because he was all tied in with this.
Sure.
He's the one who set us on this path to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to use Shiny's contacts to see if we can figure out if they can independently determine what it is that Lady Eladrin is trying to do, potentially, and or Emerald Claw is trying to do with these components, these schema.
Pretty sure the Emerald Claws are paid to follow this particular vampire or necromancer, whatever the hell he is.
Sure.
While you guys have been talking, you've been rifling through the haversack and you pull out the note.
Cool.
It's in cursive, so I don't know how well it'd
Oh,
look
man.
on. I'll just read it off. And it says, "My friends, the object you recovered for me from the ruins beneath Sharn is a schema, a piece of a pattern used to create items both mundane and magical. I have learned that another schema connected to this pattern was being studied in a secret Kenneth workshop in Cair called Whitehearth. I wonder if this research is tied to the Day of Mourning. Parts of my own house seek this pattern for evil purposes, and I do not know whom to trust. So I turn to you. I need you to travel to Cair, find the workshop, and recover the second schema. The location of the workshop was a closely guarded secret, lost when the patriarch of House Kenneth died in the destruction of Cair. You must travel to the House Kenneth outpost in the town of Rose Quarry in Dargoon to recover a record of all of Kenneth's hidden workshops. In Rukon Draw, find a man named Phelan in the Bloody Market. He can provide you with transport to Rose Quarry. From there, travel into the Mournland to find Whitehearth and the second schema. It is an adamantine plate in the shape of a diamond, about the size of a human's palm. Once you have retrieved it, return to Rukandral, where I will meet you. Succeed, and I will see to it that you are rewarded for your courage. Lady E."
So she's waiting in Rukandal for us, not at,
Sharn.
not at Sharn. So
Yes, now that you have
okay.
reread the note, you remembered that from many days ago at this point.
That creation pattern must be massive if the diamond plate is the size of a palm. It's got to be what, like 3 feet across?
No.
Oh.
Think of it like the diamond
stands up.
it stands up, so
Okay.
its diamond points into the diamond hole, like a USB drive.
Okay. Gotcha. Well,
All right.
then let's go to Rukon Drawl and find Lady Eladrin and maybe get some more information. Even she seems to think that her house can't be completely trusted. Maybe we can get some more information.
yeah,
Maybe her aims would be ours to stop, reverse, prevent a second mourning.
you just think she's cute. Don't give me that.
She's hot.
Which is not a bad thing.
I wonder if you're a little beguiled by her beauty. Just make sure you keep it on point, my friend.
He's got a point, all right.
Oh, roll it.
Oh, now you know it.
It just took me a while. I'm getting old. I'm all,
Yeah, it's all good. Unless, of course, she is the evil side of her house.
Well, that's a very big possibility, I feel. That's my
E for
concern.
evil.
The sweetest touch is always the most painful withdrawal.
There you go. Well, that being
Rukon
said,
Drawl, then.
Rukon Draw, yeah. That's. Do we hide the second schema? What are we gonna do?
Keep
Too
it on
bad,
me.
Too bad there's not like a storage unit in that new black orb we've got.
Well, we have the handy haversack, and it's in there, and that's not getting anywhere off of me. Actually, what I don't tell everybody, I'm hiding it in my codpiece.
Both of them?
That's a little cold at first, but it warmed up.
Can we inspect both schemas? Make sure they're absolutely twins of each other.
Sure, go ahead and make perception or investigation.
Want me to help you?
Sure. Let's do perception.
All right. This edge seems a little rough, but look over there. Yeah, I think go for it. What do you
Okay.
think? You can
Let's
take
find
bardic inspiration if you want. I'll give it to you.
No, not right now.
Oh, nice.
You had
You got
advantage,
advantage,
right?
by the way.
Oh, advantage. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just noticed that. Sorry,
It's all good.
I did not hold down the shift. First one.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, with your trained eye, you don't know which one is technically the original. What if there's a copy, or maybe there were two?
I'm also testing weight as well. You know.
Yep,
I guess.
weight, thickness.
Don't forget to lick it.
I'll lick it.
Is it
Taste-
live or is it Memorex?
Does my tongue turn green on one of them?
No, it tastes like adamantine.
All right.
Why don't you describe to us what adamantine would taste like?
Well,
kinda
okay, so
salty.
I think it's like nickel, I would imagine.
go with titanium and no, that silver would be more mithril. Yeah, titanium and nickel more. I don't go around tasting metal, but copper tastes like, because everybody's tasted a penny or a
Penny, yeah.
um
Silver tastes different, you know.
yeah.
I can't tell you what gold really tastes like. I
It's
don't
a
think
little tinny.
Gold.
And so, inspecting it, you don't know which one is the original and which one is the copy. The fact that I said one's a copy, it's just because that's the way it was written.
Yeah, got it. Oh man.
Playing with the creation pattern, they both fit into the same hole.
No special happenings happen when we put one in versus another.
No.
No.
Obviously, when you try to put it into the other holes, it's like square peg, round hole type thing.
Using our musically trained ears, we'll tap it with different materials to see if they produce the same tone.
Yeah. You having come across adamantine before, those of you that are more worldly, Evo, Roland, or knowledgeable or whatnot, you could even bring in Cole and with her artificer expertise, she can help with the study of the item. It all seems to be as stated.
I wonder if they both burn alike.
Do
Throw
what?
it in the fire. No, I do not.
Well, I would hope a standard fire wouldn't burn down a mountain.
Maybe
Unless
there
it's
are
a copy.
two of them.
Actually, they were made of chocolate, just in a very thin wrap of adamantine.
Yeah.
Funny that the
Oh.
language of Mordor has come up on him now all of a sudden.
Black speech.
The black speech.
Well, if it's milk chocolate back speech, I'm okay with that.
Even getting it to the fire and using some tools that Cole has, it doesn't even if adamantine is probably not a conductor, it doesn't connect. It doesn't conduct the heat. It does heat up, but it's adamantine, not very much, because it takes a lot to be able to actually forge it. It acts correctly.
Right.
I'm going to step away for a quick second. BRB.
Well,
I don't trust the woman. I'm kidding. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think, Killian? You've been pretty quiet.
What do I think
Yeah.
of?
The
maybe
lady.
Adrin.
Do we trust her?
Evo must stay away from loose women.
Well, that's never gonna happen. You know that. Come on.
Evo must be protected from those who will take advantage of his trusting nature.
Well, that is true. That is definitely why you're around, my friend. Definitely those Emerald Claws were not of trusting nature. That was a close one, friends. Barely made it out of that one alive.
I'm still not sure if I am alive. I
Hope
feel
you
kind
are.
of, well, I don't know if it's just the morning or what.
Not that
I
would
don't feel normal.
bode poorly for my sanity.
I'll be right back. I gotta pee too.
We should probably keep these two separated
Yeah.
until we determine like which one is truly different than the other.
He wants to be the brave soul to keep the second one.
I will take it.
Well, there you go. Do you swallow it? That would be
It's
interesting.
returned.
Do you
I think
Kirby
we
that
are,
thing?
I have a scared puppers here.
uh-oh.
4th of July
Right.
fireworks and stuff.
You guys
Not
get
4th
the
of
good
July
stuff.
yet.
We do get the good stuff. Oh, they've been going off for days now.
Yeah.
She hates it.
Same here in Oxnard.
Yeah, pretty much. Wasn't there a guy in LA that was caught with like $4 million worth of fireworks in his house or something crazy? It was
Oh,
like,
jeez.
Well, they
holy
had
crap,
that
you keep
one
that in
where
your house?
they seized all the fireworks and the LAPD tried blowing it up in that container and like blew up the neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, it's like who the hell A buys $4 million worth of fireworks and then B
Well,
keeps it in
if you
their
can make
garage
$8
with-
million off of it,
right?
Yeah, all illegal, right?
Like, oh my god.
Well, you sell $1 million, you take $1 million of cocaine across the border, and you sell that and buy the fireworks. And then you sell the fireworks for double the value.
Yeah, I think you need a freelancer for that. Fit that much fireworks
Yeah,
in it.
Yeah. All I need is a Connie, baby. I don't need anything else. A #1 ship will get me through anything, any day, anytime, anywhere.
All
I
right.
think Killian
Well,
was
yeah, I'm gonna-
in the bathroom.
Yeah, he went to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what I went and did.
I think you inspired him.
Yes.
Well, I think we're at least owed an explanation by Lady Eladrin.
Yeah, so now that good thing we reread the and message and
The
didn't
note.
wind up going all the way back to Shine, that would be embarrassing.
And
Whoopsies.
we could do a little more research into the infighting in House Cannith that she intimates in her letter. Get the lay of the land and the different camps and their competing priorities.
We should definitely be very careful about giving any more information of what we have, and maybe try to find out what she knows about the creation wheel.
Yeah, I think we are owed the full story at this point.
Well, I don't know if we will get the full story. We could hope. Well, shall we go?
I can
Indeed.
get us moving within minutes, says Phelan.
We pack up, we take all the Emerald Claws gear, shove it into his wagon, and because he wants to take it all, and we'll take it back and do what we
His
need
new
to do.
wagon, yeah.
Now we got double wagon.
Okay.
Are there markings on the second wagon that look like Emerald Claw or anything like that?
Not on the wagon itself, no.
All right, cool.
Emerald Claw, and then like wagon number 42 at the bottom.
No. None of that.
Big advertisement for services. Call.
How's
Maybe
my
later.
ox cart driving?
Yes. How's my driving? Okay, so you pack up your camp, since you've already packed up what Phelan was wanting to take from the other. You basically now have his cart and a train, some horses pulling the second cart, tied to his cart, and a line of horses behind the non-elemental cart. So you have a wee wagon train going on.
I'm gonna study the horses and see the one that's amicable to my riding style, and because they all rode them, and I will ride one.
Okay. With that roll, you find one that you like the look of and seems to respond well to you, and it is fully. It has all the gear: saddle, reins, blanket, bags. It is an equipped horse, no armor. It is not a war horse. It is a riding horse. But seems to be not of the skittish kind, like you could ride it into battle.
It's a trained riding horse.
Correct. Excuse me. Alrighty then. You start making your way out of the Mournlands, and Phelan kibitzes with Owl, and they determine that the closest way out is to go due west.
Due west it is, then.
So we should hit Lyriton within a half day. Which is roughly where you came in. And leaves there. And bring us out of there. Scrolling. Okay. So you make it to the edge of the Mournland without incident, and the shadowy, smoky, shifty wall of the Mournlands looms before you as you're riding towards it, going thousands of feet up into the air. Phelan buckles in and suggests you should all buckle in as well. Remember what it did to us the first time through.
I will buckle in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Steel my psyche for the trial to come.
I will tie a rope to Phelan's cart and my horse, and I will pull my sword in and call up the light within me, utilizing the power of the light to make it extra bright, and we go forward with no fear of the Mournlands. And I just go through.
But the wolves.
They're probably hanging really close with us. They
Recommend
wanna,
that they
leash up.
tie on to us as well.
Rorsa says that would be okay. We would be willing to be leashed.
So I'll help basically just very loose around each one of their neck and then tie it to the big rope that, I'll tie it to the back of my horse. I will be in the rear of our giant horse train, and then they will be tied to me and they'll bring up the rear.
Rorsa says, tie him tight. We have thick necks.
Okay, well, I'll tie them tight too.
Tie them like harnesses around their shoulders as opposed to their necks, so we don't strangle the poor beasts if they become unfounded, lose their wits.
Rorsa goes, I like this idea better.
Well, I didn't do that great of a job, but
I'm down screen, take a look. Oh, no, that's good. Alrighty, so you harness up the wolves, including Rorsa, and as you do, you get a lick on the face from each one of them. In that they know you're not being mean, and you're trying to take care of them, and it is a rough tongue.
Wow. Well,
So,
don't need to shave tomorrow.
right.
Tongue lashing.
They've been exfoliated.
Indeed. Okay. And as I down screen, I gotta down screen again. And find.
And Al's with us too, right?
Al is with you, yes.
Is he riding or is he in the
He's
car?
riding his steel defender. Like
Mechanical horse.
a mechanical horse, yeah. And he says he will help guide you through the mists, and before we part company again.
Al, thank you very much for your assistance. I wish you best of luck in your noble endeavor to clean up the Mournlands. Hopefully, we can help you from the outside, and if there's anything that you need from us, please contact the Phoenixes. And give him a business card.
He takes the business card.
You gotta put the address of the tavern on there.
I think somebody had adjusted that already.
Alright.
I don't know. I thought I'm remembering that, but
Prestidigitation of magic, anyways.
there you go. And he puts it into his hip bag, and says, "And if you find yourself in need of my assistance, I come in and out through many of the towns along the Mournlands."
Any advice for traveling up near Easton?
The Mournlands are chaotic. You've been in it. You know what it does to a person. The mists themselves, this are the initial and ending threat in the Mournlands. Is the worst part is you could get lost in there forever. So that's the not insurmountable but highly surmountable obstacle that is hard. Once you're in here, then it's like, as you've noticed, constantly in danger of attack by altered beings, the undead, spirits, roaming, living spells. From your stories of what you found in the White Hearth facility, that is very much what is out here as well.
Well, thank you and good luck to you.
And to you as well.
So we made it through?
No. At
Oh.
this point, then, I'm
I mean, I thought he was going to walk out with us. I'm not quite sure why we were saying goodbye. Did you have a premonition, Mordrin, or were you moving on?
Yeah. It's. I
Okay.
mean, he had said that he was at the point where he was going to turn back.
Oh, I thought
I
he
thought.
said he said he was going to help us through the mist.
Well, we were hitting the edge. That's why we were buckling our seatbelts.
Right. And I figured he was going to go. Is he going to go through with us or
Well,
not?
we may be crazy.
Well, we definitely are crazy. So which way is he going? Is he going through with us, or is he going back into the Mournlands?
Well, to make it less awkward, he'll turn at this point and actually, no, my bad. He's going he's going to check in a town at a message center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he does, like he says, he comes in and out and checks at message centers for any messages for him and or for selling of gear and that kind of stuff. Seeing what assistance he can be. And in that vein, let's see, there it is. The wall of the rolling mists that has been rising ahead of you, appearing solid and ephemeral at the same time. You're passing into this glowing mist is like entering an alien plane of existence. You've been inside the Mournlands now. You know how bleak and mutated and dead it is. Here in the mists, light barely reflects through the shifting layers of vapor. The sounds again become muffled and distant, even when produced nearby by the horses, the wagon. The place has that narrow, ominous feel to it, and a feeling of isolation, even though you're in a cart amongst your friends, or in the back, you can barely see the horse in front of you, Evo, and the growing dread builds within you as you're traveling deeper into the mists. Everybody go ahead and make a let's see here. It is going to be a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, go Killian. Damn, I think I got some mistland in my eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, you did. Ooh, so did Cole.
Cole didn't do too hot.
No, Roland also banged that shit out. I also need to do one for on the wrong map. Phelan. Okay, so those of you that failed,
What did we need to not fail?
Who knows? But we
exactly.
failed.
Let's see here. I will tell you who did fail. So it is down screen again. Okay, so everybody but Roland, Mordrin, and I believe Killian failed. The DC being 20.
Killian got a 21. He rolled
Yeah.
a natural 20.
Yeah. Those of you that saved, you don't lose your sense of what you're doing and the direction that you're going, even though everybody's belted in. Those of you that failed did attempt to try to get out of your seat, but the buckles keep you there, and you're out of it enough to not realize how to open the buckles. And or with Evo, who has tied himself to his saddle, nobody leaves and the cart continues to go in the direction it's supposed to go because the elemental appears to not be affected by it. And the horses and the wolves are being dragged along, so nobody gets lost. But if you didn't, half the party would have separated and been lost in the mist, and who knows how long you'd be out there.
Good to know.
And then, having left the desolate, barren landscape of the Mournlands, now the mist gives way to the living lands, and you see actual sunlight coming through, and you make it back out into the rest of Eberron, or Corvair, my bad. And you are within sight of the road. And
how convenient.
Phelan directs the cart towards the road, and everybody that has failed their saving throws regains their self-control as you leave the mists. Those of you that had made the saves were able to also help keep the ones that had failed in their seats. So you could have, if you were not in the cart, kept a hand on.
I didn't want to go in the
others.
cart. I feel happy.
Do and the wolves seem to have snapped out of it?
They
The
all
wolves
fade
were all.
away when they hit the sunlight. They were dismissed to begin with. Sorry.
No, that's a good one. And maybe that'll be a random effect in the Mournlands another time. But not this time. They are living beings, and they make it through the mists with you. And Rorsa requests, now that we've made it through the mists, that you untie us.
Yeah, no problem.
And
First time being outside of the Mournlands for them?
this is, she says, we grew up in the kennels. I have vague memories of being outside in the above ground before the event, and she doesn't call it the morning because, well, one, she doesn't know that's what it's being called.
You think you and your pack are going to be okay with their lack of experience in the above ground world?
I don't
Outside of the Mournlands?
see why not, but perhaps we will follow you for a while and get the lay of the land as we travel. We will keep your nights safe.
That's a good deal.
Just wondering if maybe we could make an arrangement with farmer or something who needs, or how do you think your sheep herding ability might be? Some farmer might be love to have a partner to help take care of a flock.
Sheep
You wouldn't be-
sounds tasty.
Yeah, they're kind of wolves.
Well, I mean, arrangements could be made. I'm just thinking left in their own to
And
hunt.
Be
Gee.
aware
Skill
that
level.
if regular people do see you speaking, they may not be as accepting as we are. So just be very careful.
Thank you for the warning. Then, should we avoid people?
Usually wolves and people, unless they are companions, do not usually come anywhere near human civilization. So,
Interesting.
but some wolves are companions of humans or humanoids like us. Our people consider us civilized, and they have been known to have companions of your nature, but they usually sometime have a rough time of it in civilized lands.
We will
Be
think,
wary.
but we will guide, or not guide. We will follow, escort, hang with you.
Yeah, we have
For now.
what, a day and a half until we reach the town, or 2
Let's
days.
see. Bear with me. Pop to the map. Rukandral. Yeah, I believe it's about a day. Maybe more.
Well, we got a cart, right?
Yeah, you've got the Earth Elemental cart, as well as a bunch of horses on another cart. And now I can stop that music and bring up that one. And get you back to Rukandral. Let's see. And that. It's about now. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong size there. It's about 3.5 days to Rukandral.
Well, we should make the journey.
Okay, you do. The wolves stay with you. Enjoying the ability to run. You'll see that some of them will just be walking with you, and others will run off ahead and run off to the sides, and they keep coming in like an unruly set of
Sure, kids.
Of what?
Kids.
Kids, yes, exactly. But they're always coming back and checking back in and switching out which ones are going in and out. Very chaotic. It doesn't seem to have an order or a pattern to it. But you make it back to Rukandral after 3 days of travel. Each day, you get a night's sleep, a long rest, as it were. Those of you that have lost a short rest hit die regain one as you get better sleep, and you're feeling the oppressiveness of the Mornland lift off of you.
Each night we get one back.
Yes, correct. So by the time nobody took more than 2, I believe. So 2 nights away from the Mornlands, and you're feeling back to yourself. Nothing permanent happened.
That's good.
All right. So
You had the fear as you were losing more hit dice that something permanent was going to happen if you spent more time in there. If you failed your rolls. That was kind of a bubbling up. If anybody ever deals with anxiety, that would be that pressure perhaps on your chest, that almost ability not to breathe, but you really can breathe. That's the kind of feeling those that were failing the saving throws was building. You get back into Rukandral, back into civilization. The wolves bid you adieu before you get to the city. Perhaps we will meet again, says Rorsa.
Yes, well, we will be traveling away from here in a few days, so
Ooh.
if you hear coo, 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 that means that we're leaving the city.
Just want to have a beer, eh?
Yeah, totally, eh?
Okay. The kulu koo 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 sound. And we will come. If you wish to have any more dealings with us, that knoll and not the creature. Over there, we will be at sunset every night.
Sounds good.
Best of luck to you in your new lives of freedom.
And the wolves will lick everybody, and in
Aw.
the friendly dog fashion.
Oh wow.
Beginning to see the attraction.
What?
Canine thing.
Pets.
Yes. Well, animal companions.
If any of you wished to try to have a wolf companion, the option is here. Rolls would have to be made, but it is an option to pick up a wolf pet.
I already have a Killian. I don't need a wolf.
Exactly.
We have a
Only if
Hulk.
I could ride my
Okay,
wolf.
we have a Hulk. We don't, we don't need nobody.
I'll make a roll. What do I need to make?
It's an animal handling roll, and you've had several days, so each night you could have made an animal handling roll.
So that's two nights we had for 3 days.
You've had, we'll say, 4 nights,
Yeah, we had a
so you can make.
First night failed. Second night definitely failed. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna make an insight check to see how. It's hard to tell on a Warforged, but how disheartened that he's not working up to it. So I'm gonna secretly try to help him with one of the other wolves. It's just like, yeah, he's really good, and if it doesn't work out, I'll always be there to help you out.
Okay, go ahead, Den, and make assistant rolls. 4 of them.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, I know. He does smell like motor oil. Yeah, I know he glows a lot, but you're right. Yeah, it blinds me too. I don't know what I see in that guy. But he's always gonna feed you because he's never gonna eat your food. So there'll always be plenty of food.
And he can play 24/7.
You got one more.
No. But
So,
he doesn't smell right. I get it. He doesn't smell right.
Warforged just not meant to. Maybe I just need to finish my. Maybe I just have to get in better favor of my god. Maybe
You
that's
need
what
a
I need.
mechanical dog, is what you need.
Ironsides, you get to make one more roll.
One more roll.
Pretty much says it all.
The
I
wolves.
think dice have spoken.
The dice have spoken.
Yeah, the wolves where they enjoyed your scritches didn't appear to make a connection with you.
Can't win them all.
Alrighty. Then into Rukandral you go.
Wait, doesn't Shiny want one?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll roll over Shiny. What's his animal handling?
Well, we're gonna save that one for next week when Shiny. Oh, I can retcon for him. I want him to make a decision if he wants one, if he wants to make the rolls or not.
We force one on him. So Ironside could have one by proxy.
Ah, I see. Let's see. Okay, so into Rukandral you go. The Goblinoid city is as rough as it looked before. You guys are definitely the minority. Something you don't get much of in the rest of the lands, except for Mordrin and Shiny, who are elves, who are very rare in the lands. Elves aren't as populous as they are in some of the others. They're around, but and Shiny's
Grumpy?
tribe. No, he's not grumpy. Is that if that's what you said? Sorry. He's an East Coaster. That's where the Wood Elves live, whereas Mordrin's people are from the island off to the south.
Much more Emo Island.
Yes, a much more emo island. So, the elemental bound cart rumbling through the streets, much as you've gotten used to the sound of like Eberron itself stirring in an ancient sleep as it glides through the earth itself, and the cart slides along without regard to the broken ground. It is the smoothest ride you've ever had, other than the initial trip in. The trip out, it's fantastic. He pulls back up to the inn where you guys had picked him up. And the clenched fist. I have fulfilled my duty to you. And here is where we shall part ways.
All of that and more, Phelan. Outstanding work, sir. 5 stars. Highly recommend.
Thank you. And he cocks his head as it's an interesting thought. 5 stars. Must be an elvish thing. Internal monologue. He thanks Cole for sketching some ideas for improvements to his wagon, and helps you unload your gear from his wagon. I believe you paid him up front, didn't you, Evo?
I did.
So he requires no further payment. I will be staying here, but I will be going to the closest wagoneer. I'm going to upgrade my wagon.
Well, you came away with, the heck of a lot of profits based on all the horses you brought back, and that's more than a fair bonus for all the hard work you've done.
Yes, your companion here has sketched some good ideas for a hard-walled wagon. So I will be
a
busy.
battle wagon, maybe.
Perhaps.
How far do you travel? Do you travel in the north of the Mournland much?
Mostly Dargoon. There are many ruins down here that adventurers as yourselves wish to explore, and I am familiar with these lands. I can be hired for elsewhere, but I think at this point I will be down for a couple of weeks as we modify my wagon.
Might you have any recommendations for guides who work in the north of the Mournlands?
I do know some people, and he'll give you a list of friends that he has as guides to the north in Breland, which you guys is the Sharn is a part of Breland and goes through the center. He has a couple of names for some guides in Zalargo, which is the gnomish country to the west. I already said Breland, and Thrain to the north. Go ahead and make a note that you have names for guide contacts in those 3 countries now.
Excellent. Thank you.
And I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure.
Don't spend all that coin and money on a horse and a new wagon.
I have a girl in every port, he says.
Oh my god.
And he doesn't look like the kind of guy that would, but maybe there's
doesn't matter when you have money.
It's true.
Convenient as there is a port in every girl.
I like that one, he says. I will keep that. And he parts ways and rides off with his gaggle of horses and wagon and off to a wagoneer to sell and upgrade.
I mean, just the horses alone is going to give him a pretty penny.
Yes. Anybody that wanted to keep a horse? Did anybody?
Wait. Question: These tough
No.
Emerald Claw guys that we were fighting, they were just riding normal horses?
Correct.
They spent all the money on their budget on their armor. That's why they had a 19 armor class.
They had chainmail and shields. Again, you had a plethora of that as well if you wanted to cart that around and sell it off, or leave it for Phelan to do so and get a very nice tip, as it were. No horses. Nobody wants to downgrade the chainmail.
No.
No, because we left our horses back in Sharn, the ones
Right.
we
Yeah.
owned.
You came on a boat.
Yeah.
So as you you're in Rukon Drawl again. Do you wish to stay at the same inn? Which I'm going to assume was the Clenched Fist.
Yeah, I'm thinking, well, if Lady Eladrin is going to find us, or we're going to have to find her, that's at least the inn where she told us to meet Phelan, correct?
We just need to have a show and a little bit of music, and she'll definitely find us. Right, Roland?
That's right. Let's hit it.
Uniting the races through music.
So we'll be as obnoxious as we were the last time we were in town 3 weeks ago, walking through the town, singing different songs based upon our languages. I guess Draconic for me, and I don't know what Roland would be singing in. I think Elvis might offend people.
Speak giant. Maybe giant. Would
Speak
be helpful.
jive?
Like
Jivant? Nice.
giant.
Isn't Killian fluent?
I'm pretty sure Killian fluent in jiving.
I could do that throat singing again.
Can make up a little ditty to sing in Abyssal.
Ooh.
Probably not a good idea. I don't know. Roland, what languages you speak, dude?
Dwarvish, Gnomish, Halfling, Common.
Damn, we don't speak any. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take some time. We're gonna learn Orcish.
Oh.
Maybe Goblin.
Orcish.
Yeah, Orcish is Goblin. Goblin is the common language of the Goblinoids. Orcish doesn't really have its own language.
And we want
Goblin.
Nope, go ahead.
Goblins were the ruling race of this land before humans and dwarves and elves colonized it, took it over. The goblin civilization had fallen, and so your ancient ruins are goblinoid ruins, high goblinoid ruins. They're not the. They range between the primitive goblins to high-spoken wheelin' and dealin' merchants and artificers of goblins. Oddly enough, that is the history of Corvair. Some time ago, there was obviously some sort of cataclysm to their civilization that knocked it in the teeth and went to the ground. And humans and dwarves sprouted up, and halflings as well. And
There are
elves.
ogres, right? Ogres are in Rukendral?
Bugbears, hobgoblins, goblins, orcs, all the goblinoid races.
Giants have their own language, right?
Giants have their own language
Right.
and are populate a different continent.
Bummer, because we could have used a good giant named Kanye that could have joined the band. That was a deep joke. If anybody got that,
Oh yeah,
That
No.
was indeed.
I'm Kanye. I opened the eye of
All
Odin.
big.
54 titties fall
Natural
out.
20, natural 20, all the titties come out.
Yeah, there it is.
that's the
Damn,
one.
Okay, we are nerds. What can I say?
Completely. Okay. And so you take up rooms and the clenched fist. You do a performance out in the bloody market, outside the clenched fist in their oh goodness, what is that called? Their outdoor patio seating.
Veranda.
We're back, and we
Yes.
knew how everybody loved us and missed us. We're the Blazing Phoenixes.
Let's see. I
Hooray.
actually have
I think
that.
probably the worse we play is the more they like us. I don't like us when we play good for some reason. I don't know why.
Never know. Might be.
No, we kind of
Very
got
musical.
it the last time. They weren't very receptive. Even when we were good.
See. Activate that.
Oh, heavens.
Yes, Rukan Drawl, if you remember from at this point months ago. Doesn't matter where you are, but the bloody market being in this wow, that's really big area with all the tents there towards the center. Over here is the clenched fist and its open patio. Those of you that are performing, you do your shuffling of assisting each other and give me a performance roll or rolls, however it is you see fit.
You feeling lucky, Roland?
Yeah, I'm feeling lucky.
Do you want to take lead on this one?
Sure.
All right, so I will assist Roland. Damn.
Mordred's got his
Right.
charm,
Got the charm.
and Killian has his horns.
Mhm.
Horn, sorry.
Horn.
Should I? Well,
Well, Roland's
see if I can assist. Is he taking the
leading the
lead?
band. He already has
Okay.
an assist, so
All right.
we can't
so-
double assist, can we?
Bust it.
Why not? It's a performance. The more performers in, let's go for it.
Okay. Nice.
Negative assist. Come on, let's do that.
I am burning up the sham today, baby.
Anybody else want to roll in to see how well this performance goes? Because it's rocking. The bloody market is having a blast.
I'm holding the tip mug out is what I'm doing.
Okay.
We all must feel much lighter since we've been out of the Mournlands. That's kind of helping us perform better.
All right.
That's got to be it. You're feeling alive again.
Well, here comes the. You said you wanted a negative performance, right? To rock the house down.
Oh no! Okay, here you go.
So what am I? Just standard advantage.
Sure. Yeah. Nice.
There you go.
Excellent. Okay. You guys throw down your impromptu performance, pulling from your list of your playlist, and
Playlists. We have many.
yes, and in that you score a total of 12 plat. It's in all sorts of change. I just don't want to roll it all.
Whoa! Break it down and add 12 plat to the total.
There we go.
It doesn't matter.
Pay for a room.
There you go. And in so you spend. Let's see here.
Well, also this was to attract the lady.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Your performance does garner you the attention of the lady and
Vampire.
a vampire shows up and decides to snack on all of you. No, goodness, what do you call a person that's a messenger arrives with a letter from Lady Eladrin to meet her at a different inn away from the bloody market. And that she's paying for your rooms there. So you get to keep the 12. You don't have to pay for rooms. And I assume you go to meet her at the inn?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You travel to it, and it is a upscale inn, where the Clenched Fist there at the Bloody Market was definitely a market level inn. You know, not tavern keepers, merchants, and all the people. It's I want to say dirty inns, not quite right. Lower class, middle class, low to mid class type inn. This is posh.
Pedestrian.
Yeah,
The
this
Motel 6 of inns.
There you go, Motel 6. This is more posh, upscale, and it is an inn, not a bar. It does have a bar, but that's like a hotel bar. It's a small thing for the guests, not really inviting of people from the outside just to come into the bar. It's not the destination. The inn is the destination here.
Were there any hints in the note that we should be discreet as to reaching the inn? Do we want to break up into smaller parties and wear fake mustachios?
No, the short little message was, "Please come and join me upon your return
For
at
party.
the Posh Inn." It's going to be the name now.
Posh inn.
The Posh Inn.
Posh.
The Posh Spice Inn?
Posh Spice. It's a great drink there.
Port outward, starboard homeward.
And you do, upon reaching the Posh Inn, another note is left for you to join her after you've availed yourselves of the facilities to clean up, as it were, from your travels for dinner at this evening, 7:00.
Hot tub. Go
Yes.
get you in a hot tub.
That way she could pick us all off one by one.
While you're all
Yeah.
freshening up.
Yeah.
Yep. Like the assassin she is. Squint, 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 squint. Right through the back of the neck. No. You have a suite of rooms on the same floor next to each other, which each room is a posh, again, room with its own bathing facilities, so you can clean up and whatnot.
Put on my church pants.
Yeah, I was going to say maitre d', but that's not the right word. The person that helps you with your luggage at a hotel is
Bellhop.
Thank you, bellhop. The bellhop that guides you to your rooms with the keys and passes them out says, "Anything you wish washed, please leave here on the table outside your room, and I will see to it that it is laundered."
Wash this.
So basically, I don't even need to clean up. I just go straight to the bar, and before I walk in, I prestidigitate myself completely clean.
Yes.
And smelling fantastic. And I just will sit there near the stage, plucking away, playing a little bit of music. Unless there's a bard there already, and if there is, then I'll ask him if I could sit in and start to play and get pretty well at that. And get an idea of who's coming in and out of the room, and keeping an eye on everybody while I'm either playing solo or playing with whoever their designated bard is, if you'll let me.
There's a lounge bard, a lounge musician there. I need to make a 3d6 one.
I love your ruffled purple cravat. It's beautiful, sir.
That's an 8 and 3 is 11. Oh, Evo of the Blazing Phoenixes?
No, I'm not him. I'm just here.
Are you sure? Because it would be an honor if I got to play with you here in my lounge.
Let's just enjoy playing with each other.
That sounds very interesting, but let's keep it to
Exploring
music.
each other's talents.
Hey man, if he took it that way, it's up to him. I'm just playing up a storm. He's got to keep up with me.
He's playing easy lounge music, not overbearing, draw in the crowds, but just to soft background music that you can key in with and give it a little spruce without
What
making...
is he? What do you roll for him? I'm curious. I want to see what he gets.
Oh, okay. Bear with me. We're going to go with a +3 to this roll. So he gets a 16.
See, he's lacking a little bit. Then I'll kind of like, I'm not like making it raucous, but I will then move into a one of the most saddest like Phoenix songs, which is "Gone But Not Forgotten," and see if I can make him cry.
Ooh. Okay.
Then I won't use vicious mockery or anything evil like that to do that.
You're not using magic. You're just using your. Okay, go ahead and make your performance roll to attempt to bring out emotion out of a fellow musician.
Let's see. This is where I'm going to roll 1. Oh, no.
That's pretty gnarly. And he's going to make a saving throw.
Saving throw versus sadness.
Yes.
No, just heartfelt and,
Sure. Bringing out emotion out of fellow entertainers is in my opinion, an accomplishment.
Yeah. Means it's a good song.
Yeah. And he does indeed have a tear that comes from his eye. He doesn't break down sniffling and crying, but the emotion you see show on his face. But he's nodding with it, like it has touched him that much. And your ability to play, obviously. But he's still playing as background to the lead that you took in that, even though that tear is there. So he's a professional.
Yeah, as all good professional performers do.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else doing anything before dinner?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a bath.
Soaking in the tub.
That's right.
Partaking of the tub, the Warforged perhaps getting polished and or all the dirt and the soot out of the nooks and crannies of your armor and
carapace.
Carapace, yes, I was going to say exoskeleton, stone,
hot oil dip.
Yeah, and everybody gets cleaned up and has a chance to relax before dinner, and dinner time arrives. You make your way down from your individual rooms, probably coming, unless anybody wanted to be there early like Evo, who didn't need to partake of that because of magic, makes their way down to the dining room. And the posh dining hall is, it's a great open room, but it's like subdivided around the tables by planters and art displays, so that each table almost has its own space. And the maitre d', in this case, says, the Blazing Phoenixes, to those of you that show up all together, right this way. And directs you to a table with Lady Eladrin, who, unlike the last time you saw her in dirt-worn, bloody, and worn battle clothes, is dressed elegantly again for dinner. And since we do stream, I should throw a picture of her back up here, huh? I can find one. Oh, wait. Just go into it. Bring that up. Thank. Well, bullers. I'm gonna need to make more files. I lose everybody's pictures.
Oh.
Personas. Let's see. That's all you guys. Well, shite. I think I did this the last time I introduced her.
Don't recall.
Maybe just did downloads way back there. After that, come on. Very close to there. There she is. Got it. Okay. And when you minimize it, it goes to a different place. Okay.
Oh.
Drag it out of there. There she is. Okay. Lady Eladrin.
Pointy spear time.
She looks way too young. I'm getting old. She looks like she's 16.
She's an elf, right?
Painting.
Is she?
She
now?
is human. She's human. You can see the roundedness of her ears there. She's in, her late 20s to early 30s. Just beautiful and elegant, and appropriately dressed.
Maybe she's born with it.
Maybe she's born with it.
Only her hairdresser knows for sure.
And she says, "Welcome, Phoenixes. Welcome back. I hope you were successful. How have things been? What was the morning like?"
Insight check. Is it her? Same intonation. Same mole and right by her back left ear. You know?
Go ahead and make an insight check. Anybody that wishes to, that is being a sus on Lady Eladrin. Oh, look at that.
Well, we were pretty close at some other point in this adventure, I think. But
yes, there's. Go ahead.
I should stop rolling.
Yeah. I love the attempts, though, and how things turn out. Lady Eladrin seems very earnest. She does seem to be the same person that you met before. She has the appropriate features that you noticed before, and is as gracious and the same accent that I hope I'm not butchering, since I made it up, for her. The same, since, it's a natty 20 to that, so everything you recall of her demeanor is there. It is a different outfit. I don't think you've seen her in the same outfit twice. She does currently sport now a rapier, being one that she had picked up off of the fight that was at the inn when you guys were ambushed way at the beginning of this portion of the thing. So there does seem to be more of before she just sported an elegant dagger off of one hip. Now she sports that rapier off the other. Even with her elegant outfit, she seems more ready for danger if it were to happen.
Danger's my middle name.
And that's why you rolled a 6.
Yep, pretty much.
Welcome, please sit, eat. She's got a smorgasbord of appetizers and drinks already delivered to the table for you. So there's fruit platters, meat platter, and a cheese platter, and dips, and.
Does she have anything from that Warforged bar we frequented a long time ago?
Being that Warforged do not eat or drink, unless you do it to taste it, then
I'm trying to recall. We were at that Warforged bar towards the beginning of the campaign. I desperately can't remember.
yes, that it is the Warforged bar wasn't it was more of like a carnival. For a gathering place. You had carnival games and stuff and social things. So there was darts and cards and ring tosses and strength thingies. It was very, very carnival-like, but in a bar atmosphere. So it had two different kinds of atmospheres mixing, because you guys do not eat or drink. You can. You're not missing the smell or the taste senses, but you don't. It's not a nourishing thing for you. So, for the most part, you just don't.
There's no outlets around I can plug myself into.
Killian loves good foot massage.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This not being the house of the halfling house of. What do you call it? Gosh darn it! The rest and relaxation houses. This being well, technically it's an inn, but this is a dining room, so not the services kind of room. So the food and drink is lost on the Warforged, unless you guys do wish to taste and smell. Then you get those experiences as well. You don't need to. It gets processed through however it processes in a Warforged. Perhaps it absorbs into the wood that is part of your makeup. Definitely not the stone.
No, they're used to this by now also.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know the organics need to eat and drink, and this is a social time as well, other than for a repast. And in that, she says, "Tell me what has happened."
Next week on the Blazing Phoenixes.
Because it is that time.
And it would be great to get Shiny's recap in as well if he'll be here.
Correct.
But next week is my last week for 3 weeks after that. And then I'll be back.
You're okay. Do you want to end up the game? Do an outro?
Yeah. So basically, yeah, we'll be back next week, and then we'll be taking a myriad of vacations, and I don't know. I mean, maybe Cavrone will be brave and stream it on his channel, and I'll copy it and put it back on ours or something. You never know. But thanks for watching. I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention to this live interaction tonight. Let's see if anybody said anything. Nobody did. So thank you all you 8 Russian bots that jumped on and watched, and anybody else who's a real person. I did hope you enjoy the show. And we'll see you next week. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.